Equity in pharmacy education is vital and global collaboration is key. FIP and UNESCO's UNITWIN program has been driving this for over 15 years. And joining us now is Professor Paul John Gallagher to share insights from the Western Pacific Centre of Excellence and what it means for advancing equity in education. So welcome, Paul.
Thank you, Tina. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm happy to have you with us. You are going to explain to me first why this integration and innovation is so crucial if you want to achieve equity in pharmacy education.
I think here in FIP at the Congress, we're going to be spending a lot of time talking about workforce demands for pharmacy globally, and what we know is there's a shortage. And the current model of pharmacy education for the workforce is not working. And so what we need to do in order to provide a new model to address those workforce demands is actually say the old model has not worked, and so we need to be innovative and we need to think of new models, new approaches. One way to do that is modeling on the success of the UNITWIN Centre in Africa.
Yes, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that because you have to explain to me the FIP UNESCO UNITWIN program. How does it work and what's the impact in the Western Pacific area?
So how it works is that there's an agreement between FIP and UNESCO throughout the WHO regions in the world to have UNITWIN centres. So we're the third such centre. Africa first, Southeast Asia, and then the Western Pacific region, which is where I am. We are only 1 year old, Tina, so I can't say that we have got to the impact stage yet, but I can tell you a little bit about the planning, the objectives, and where I believe we will shortly have impact.
Please.
Okay, so our main goals are really firstly around how do we ensure greater equity in pharmacy education in Western Pacific region. Western Pacific region, for your viewers, is actually the largest WHO region in terms of countries. It's 38 countries. And there we have developed countries and developing countries cheek by jowl. And so I think we have a unique opportunity within Western Pacific to actually leverage off the expertise of the developing and developed towards the mutual enhancement of education in both developed and developing countries. So a good example is we have recently launched a patient safety project. So we want to ensure that all pharmacists are educated about patient safety because it's critical. In many respects, it's the end goal of the profession of pharmacy. And so what we have done is we have selected demonstration sites in Indonesia, in Airlangga University, and in 2 universities in the Philippines, University of Philippines Manila, University of San Carlos in Cebu City. And we are going to, through a team of experts within the centre, help those 3 universities actually achieve implementation of the patient safety microcurriculum across their professional degree programs. Not only that it affects those universities, but it gives us country case studies for FIP. It allows us to know what are the barriers globally, and I think critically, how do we develop a toolkit to enable all universities to adapt such pharmacy patient safety microcurricula. So in that way, I think we actually will begin to address issues of access.
How can it truly be embedded within pharmacy education equity? I mean, this is something you truly believe in.
Actually, it's really multidimensional, Tina. So your question in many ways is really complex. There's many aspects, not only access into education, but actually how do you ensure it's going to be equitable? How do we ensure there's going to be, for instance, access to medicines across the world? And so it's a difficult question. One way I would propose that we will do that is shortly we're going to have a networking event around quality assurance in education with the Australian Pharmacy Council. And actually developing competency standards for equitable access in community pharmacy practice will be part of what we'll be discussing at that network event, and how we will enable providers of pharmacy education, not only in our Western Pacific region, but globally, to actually be able to implement those competencies.
All right. So I have to ask you lastly, what steps should global education networks like FIP Edge take to strengthen the equity and collaboration in pharmacy education?
Well, actually, in a way to throw the question back, and given that we're at FIP Congress, I'm reaching out to all of the participants here to participate in research that will be underpinning and providing a database to what we do. At present, we have a patient safety microcurriculum survey open. I'm asking all deans of pharmacy globally to participate in that. I'll be working with the deans of pharmacy on the implementation countries that we spoke about, and we will have a networking event for which we will be opening up to all participants here. So it's actually not just about the centres, it's about us all having a duty and working together to make this successful.
Collaboration.
Collaboration, exactly, Tina.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Paul.
Thank you, Tina.